So good morning, everyone from Texas A&M Birding with Extension. So this morning, it's just Emily and I this morning.
You're just stuck with us.
I know,
That's sorry, guys. Stuck with us.
but this morning we are going to be talking about our upcoming summer virtual seminar series. So we're pretty excited about this one.
We
We've got a
are.
pretty great, I mean, we're always excited, but we've got a pretty great lineup
We
this
have a
year.
good lineup, and I think I guess probably everyone should know that we're pretty excited because we have everything ready to announce by
Yes.
July 1st. And
Yes.
sometimes that doesn't always happen.
Mm-mm. No,
So
we are on it. We are on it this time around.
we are. So I think the first thing we should talk about is kind of the history of our virtual burning seminars. Ones we've done in the past and kind of why we do virtual burning seminars and kind of that. So I guess this started 3 years ago, right?
Hmm.
We're on our fourth. Or
Yeah.
this is our fourth. No,
Yeah.
this is our
Fourth,
third. Third. This
third
is
or
our third.
fourth.
This is officially our third. And so one of the neat things about that is, so we started out, and I don't know quite how we started, but we wanted to promote just like one species. And maybe my idea came from, we have two hummingbird festivals in Texas, and those guys supported, especially the hummingbird celebration down in Rockport, really supported Birding with Extension by sending some goodies for our Birding the Border. And so I said, with two hummingbird festivals in the state, let's really share something about hummingbirds. And so Hummer Week was created. And so this week, it was a whole week long of information about hummingbirds. And that was really our first virtual birding seminar. And then last year, we did Warbler Week. And so we
Hmm.
focused on warblers. So I guess, Liz, out of those two, kind of what's been your favorite?
Oh, that's such a hard question. It's not a fair question to ask. I feel like I enjoyed Hummer Week just because of the fact that I love hummingbirds. They're such a unique group of birds. I very much enjoy watching them. But I think the reason why I enjoyed Warbler Week so much is warblers are something, especially with identification, that I struggle with, and I think a lot of people do, even when it comes to song. So just being able to talk about, learn about identifying warblers, the warbler research that's going on. We had, oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank of
Ari
his name.
Rice. Ari
Yes,
Rice.
Ari Rice on to talk about his research and hybridization between oh gosh, what were the two warbler species?
Virginia warblers and Kalima warblers.
See, you're on it this morning. You drank your coffee. I
I
did.
have not. I got up and worked out.
See, there you go. That's why you're on it, is because you
Yep.
worked out, because you're all those happy chemicals are floating around in your brain right now. But so
Yay,
I
happy couples.
so yeah, I feel like it's hard to pick. It's really, really hard to pick for me.
That's true. But the thing is, so talking about Ari Rice, the fun thing is after Ari Rice's presentation this year at Rio Diablo Birding Camp, we definitely saw some of the Kalima warblers that Ari Rice has been banding out in the Big Bend National Park. And so that was kind of a cool thing to see, hey, we talked about this last year, but now the kids and us actually are getting to see some of these banded birds. So you never know what world birding connections you're going to have after a Birding the Border seminar.
Yes.
So
Yes.
pretty cool. So,
But yeah, so Raptors.
yes. So, I don't know how we came up with Raptor Week. Do you know?
I don't really remember. I think we were just kind of going through it. I think it was you, Brian, and I, or you and Brian were just kind of talking, and we're like, let's do raptors. Like we focus so much on a lot of, the passerine songbirds. Yeah, little itty bitty birds. But I mean, raptors are such a cool group of birds.
Yeah, absolutely. And so I think that the neat thing is, and there's so many different, I don't want to say like, I mean, just within Raptors, the group, I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Is it group or what level are we at? My brains aren't working. Is Raptor the group or the
Oh, see, and I guess Raptor would technically be like the order, I guess
anyways,
technically, because you're including like owls and vultures and
all of them.
hawks and falcons, and they're all their own special family. So yeah, I think it'd be order. Yeah, you're asking the really hard questions
Sorry.
first thing this
Anyways,
morning.
but so we like that umbrella, and you kind of have everything that kind of fits with underneath it. And so thinking about raptors, I mean, we love our owls. I mean, I think that that's one thing.
Yes.
So we always have birds, bats, and owls at Birding the Border. We always take the kids owling. Owls have been a big part of Birding with Extension, and making sure everyone has that experience, especially with the littlest owls possible. You know, and that's funny. We usually see little owls, not big owls.
No, well, and that's the thing is I feel like with the big owls, like great horned owls, like I'm not gonna say everyone's seen one, but they're so common that you focus on those little owls because they're so easy to miss. I mean, they're, you know, less than they're not even a foot tall. So it's real easy to just kind of go past them. And I think everyone I don't know how you could not love a screech owl or an elf owl.
I don't know. Screech owls sometimes are not the smartest birds. Let's just say so.
No, I
Their
mean,
intelligence level is not high up there.
but so yeah, so we are literally going to cover, I think the only group we're not going to cover vultures,
Mhm.
but we're going to have owl talks. We're going to have, um, pretty well
Oh,
owls
let's
and,
talk about our owl talks
okay.
because we have those titles and we have those presentations. So we're excited. So we have two owl presentations. Oh, do you have the other one? Do you have
Well, we only have two owl talks.
I know I only have one. I only have one title. I need you to have the other
Oh,
one.
I'll have to look and see because the title I have is the one for Natalie.
Yeah, I don't have that one.
Oh, I have that one. So we're good.
Perfect.
We're
Okay, so
perfect.
I'll talk, guys. I don't know how you don't love us. So I will talk about the one you talk first because yours is the headliner. So on Monday and Tuesday Raptor Week, we actually have bonus sessions. So we had so many great ideas and so many great presentations that this year we're offering 2 days with bonus sessions. So Tuesday we'll have a additional session from 1 to 2 as well Monday. So go for it.
So the headliner is the title is Western Screech Owl Occupancy in the Face of an Invasive Predator. So this research is being done in Oregon, by the oh gosh, I should have written this. It's USDA. I believe she works for the Forest Service. Her name is Natalie Rugg. I believe I'm saying her last name correctly. And so she had wrapped up some research looking at barred owls. And
Those are
they're
cute owls.
I know it. And so the barred owl is apparently up in Oregon. It is, I'm not going to say it, obviously barred owls are native here to the United States. However, their ranges are apparently expanding.
Uh-huh.
And they wanted to look at how these barred owls were potentially affecting the Western screech owl populations
Hmm.
up in Oregon. So this is something that I felt like was kind of important because it's like we have barred owls here in
Uh-huh.
Texas. We have Western screech owls. So it's
We do.
like, is this potentially an issue that we could be facing here in Texas? So
Yeah.
I just thought it was interesting because I saw, invasive predator. You think, oh, like somebody released some, you
Giant
know, some
Asian bird.
yeah, some Asian owl species, and we're gonna have issues. It's like, no, 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 it's our native species that their ranges are expanding and they're potentially affecting other
Another native.
species. Yes, yes,
It's a little interesting. Well, we will see.
yes, we will.
Interesting.
And the
Okay.
thing about I'll say this, and the thing about owls is there's really not a whole lot of research done on owls because they're pretty secretive
Little
compared
boogers.
to compared to our other group, like your raptors, your hawks, falcons.
Uh-huh.
There's not as much research out there on
Uh-huh.
them because, well, one, they're up at night and we sleep at night, but two, they're so elusive
Yes.
because they're
That's true.
quiet. They're super quiet.
Yes, that's true. Unfortunately, and yeah, and sometimes they just don't want to even come out when you are looking for them.
This is true. This is very true.
So anyways, our next, so our bonus session on Tuesday. So Tuesday's kind of our owl day. So we'll lead it off with the research at noon. And then our bonus session is going to be presented by Romy Swanson, who's the president of our TOS, Texas Ornithological Society currently. And he's going to be talking about the wonderful wild of Texas are owls. And I think that this is kind of an interesting presentation. And Romy sent me a text message a little bit about it. But I think the interesting thing about Romy's presentation is Romy really spends a lot of time in some remote areas birding and owling. Yes. He's got some listening devices set up in the Davis Mountains, and really working to kind of capture and promote some of that citizen science data and keeping that knowledge going in some of these underbirded or restricted access kind of places. And so I'm excited to hear about what Romy has discovered out in West Texas and through his birding adventures as related to owls. He's always been our source of locations on the flammulated owl and what's the other one? The flammulated and it's escaping me. What's the other one in the mountains? Solid owl. There we go.
Yes.
Yep. So he's always been our source on where to go to kind of find those. He thinks that he heard a long-eared owl out in the Davis Mountains recently. So that would be super cool. So anyways, he has birded a lot in Texas in some remote locations. And so we're excited to hear about all of his experiences and sharing the wonderful wild of Texas are owls with us as that bonus section. And if you've never listened to Romy give a presentation, he's a talker. He will fill the good hour and he will make sure it's enjoyable. So he's definitely one of our favorite presenters to listen to. So we're excited to have Romy join us for the wonderful world of owls. So I'm gonna change this presentation titles because that's easier to say. So
I know, okay. Like well, we do like, I was gonna say, you can't say a whole lot. You do like alliteration.
I do like alliteration.
We had Warbler Week last year. Raptor Week is not a straight up alliteration.
Somebody said it's a pseudo alliteration. I'm not sure what that means.
Pseudo alliteration.
Next year's is awesome alliteration.
I know it. We can't. I really want to say it, but we can't. We can't spill it just yet.
Keep it deep down inside. Okay. Yes. So let's jump to Monday. So we jumped to Tuesday talking about owls, but let's jump to Monday. We always start our virtual presentations with kind of an identification day. So this again is Monday's going to be our bonus session day too. So our second bonus session. And so the first one, we're going to just do not basic, but identification of raptors. And so Ben Skipper, professor at Angela State University, is going to be sharing that with us. And so he will do a general raptor ID. So when Ben and I talked last week, we talked about, kind of basic or higher end. So just so you know, this is not basic like for your beginner birders, but he's going to be covering a range of difficulty levels through his educational presentation there. So he's going to be hitting those basics to make sure that we remember and we think about some of those things, but also diving deeper into those identification skills of those raptors. And I think this is a good thing because they're really high up there sometimes.
They are.
So sometimes they're, and half the time they're backlit. Let's just be very real.
Yep.
So we need all of the tools in our Making a Case toolbox to identify those guys. So excited for him to join us. He will be joining and new to the Birding with Extension family. So thankful for that.
I was gonna say, we have a lot of the people we have are new to the Birding with Extension family. So we're very excited.
That is true. And then our second presentation. So I'm kind of excited about this. Our bonus session on Monday really takes that ID to the next level, guys. This is Bill Clark is joining us. He works, he's a photographer, author, and researcher and lecturer, and has over 50 years of experience working with our birds of prey, including 5 years as the director of WWF's Raptor Information Center. So he's super knowledgeable. He leads Raptor tours and has been living in the Rio Grande Valley since 2002. So we're excited to welcome fellow Texan, Bill Clark, to join us. And so he says, and this is kind of my favorite, is sometimes the Raptors don't look like they do in the illustrations in the field guides. And we can so all be there, right? Looking through our field guide and a bird not look like what the picture says.
I think that's like part of like the initiation into like birding identification is you get to see a single bird that you're like, I should know what this is, but I have no idea because it doesn't look like it's supposed to.
Yes, they definitely don't ask. They don't reference the bird guides or the range maps
Well,
when they do things sometimes.
and we all deserve to wake up and just have those mornings that we're just like, this is just not my morning.
Yeah.
This is just, yeah.
It just don't look right. Anyways, so we're excited. He is going to be talking about the unusual raptor plumages. So excited to kind of dive into that and kind of share his experience with those melanistics, the hybrids, and other oddly plumaged raptors that he's gonna show and discuss that he's seen. And he's got a whole list of great things. So I think that's exciting because he's seen all of these kind of differences and can really speak and be a testament to those unusual plumages and kind of how he worked through those ID processes. So I'm excited for that one.
So, okay, so that's Monday. So we have, so that was, yeah. So we're Monday, we covered Tuesday.
IDs, Tuesdays are owls.
Yes,
and
Tuesdays
Wednesday.
are owls. Yes, so Wednesday we have Mike Stewart. So he is a PhD student at Texas A&M Kingsville. So he's kind of part of the extent, well, he's with the A&M family. He's just not
system.
The A&M system, yes, but he has done some fantastic work on greyhawks in the lower Rio Grande Valley. And he came recommended by, well, Brian, I think, was the one that kind of put us on to him and was like, you should really get this guy to come and speak about the research he's doing. But he's just started his PhD, but in his master's, he was working on greyhawks as well. So he's kind of going to touch on the master's work he has done and then start, get us into the beginnings of his PhD. Because unfortunately with research, it takes a little bit of time to collect your data, but he will be sharing just about everything, a little bit of everything with us. So yeah, so like I said, so he's based down in Kingsville, and he has always been into birds. He was in the Army for several years, but once he got out, he's like, you know what, I'm ready to get into this. And been at A&M Kingsville for, I believe he's been there for a year now, but what he's going to be talking about is population dynamics and habitat use of greyhawks in the lower Rio Grande Valley of Texas. So we're super excited about this. He's going to be sharing basically, like I said, just a little bit of everything about greyhawks. So we're super excited to see what he's going to share with us. I think he's backpacked several different greyhawks in the lower Rio Grande Valley. So if y'all don't know, he basically puts these transmitters on them that allows him to follow their movements around the lower
Rio Grande Valley.
Yes, I just need to say Deep South Texas or something else. But yeah, so that's going to be our Wednesday.
Yeah.
So that's going to be our first day of just a single from noon to 1. We're going to have Mike on to talk about his research.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so Thursday, we don't have all the details, but we have an incredible speaker who wrote the books on raptors in Texas, guys. Dr. Craig Farquhar, and I probably butchered that, but I did my best, everybody. And so he wrote Raptors of Texas with Dr. Clem Bowl. And so we're excited to have him come on. And the funny thing is, he was one of Danny, so everybody remember Danny from Birding the Border and from Rio Diablo Birding Camp. he was one of her professors in college. And so he comes highly recommended from somebody on our Birding with Extension team as just someone who knows everything about raptors. And she said the most impressive thing was one, either it was a class assignment or it was something that he did, was he talked about all the rare sightings in Texas ever. Like he knew about them and was knowledgeable about them of rare raptor sightings. So I think that's pretty cool, just to kind of think that somebody is so focused on raptors that they kind of keep that memory book of all of those rare sightings and the things and where those happened and those experiences. So I'm excited to see his presentation. Just definitely an iconic fixture in the world of raptors. In Texas, and he's worked a lot with Dr. Clint Bowl, who we've had on as a guest before. So comes highly recommended by 2 people, and we're thrilled to kind of see what he has in store for us.
So I guess that covers Thursday.
That covers Thursday.
So we are going to wrap up Raptor Week with, we're going to talk about photography techniques specifically for raptors, because like Emily said, we all know they're pretty well always backlit. And they're super high up. It's one of those like what I see versus what my camera sees sort of a thing. Yes. You think they look close, but then you look through your camera and they're like an itty bitty little speck. So we have, I believe I'm going to try to pronounce his last name correctly. Kyler, no.
N-O-E. I think it's no.
I think it's no. So we're going to have Kyler on, and he is a wildlife photographer. So this is what he does. This is what he knows and loves. He, I think he doesn't specifically focus on raptors, but I think raptors hold a very special place in his heart. So he is very well versed in all the techniques and tricks to get the best raptor picture that you possibly can. So we're going to have him on Friday from noon to 1. He'll be on to talk about raptor photography. Go ahead.
So the neat thing about Kyler that has impressed me as I've corresponded with him, so he really does have that passion for documenting and showcasing birds of prey, and some of his photography work has been used to create some of those illustrations for identification books and identification, so like an identification blog or thing. But one thing that he kind of keeps touching on is we're going to talk about the ethical practices of photographing raptors. Gosh, so many words. So,
we are both struggling this morning with the words.
Yeah, but I'm excited. He'll be new to the Birding with Extension family. He is based out of Arizona and really focuses on that raptor photography. So check out some of that. We're excited to see what he's got in store for us. So we've got a little bit of everything. So so let's talk a little bit about the logistics of Raptor Week. Okay. So
do we want to tell them when Raptor Week is? We haven't mentioned when.
That's probably a good place to start.
Probably.
But it is in the middle of the day, because in Texas, it's too hot to do anything else. So might as well sit in front of your couch and join us.
Yes. So Raptor Week is going to be August 12th through the 16th. So every day from Monday through Friday, 12 to noon, with the exception of Monday and Tuesday, which will have those extra sessions going from 1 to 2, you can tune in. Now, if they can't tune in, does that mean that they should miss Raptor Week?
They shouldn't miss Raptor Week. No one should miss Raptor Week, guys. Okay. So if you can't make it live, each day our recordings will be posted. And we say each day, sometimes we have a technical issue because they're large files. But every evening we get those recordings posted to our YouTube channel, which is private, so they're locked. You can't access them just off of our YouTube channel. But we'll get those videos posted, and that way anyone who is registered can go back and watch any of the videos from Raptor Week, whether they missed them, they weren't unavailable for that time, or they just had a conflict. So all the sessions will be recorded and shared with those who register for the program. So speaking of registration, there's 2 ways to register. Okay. I'm excited about this one. So you can register for the full week. So that gives you access to all 5 days plus the 2 bonus sessions. And so we call that an all access pass. So our all access pass to Raptor Week is $35. And then if there's just a single day you want to come, so you just want to come for the owl day, or the Greyhawk research really interests you, or you're a photographer and only want to come to Kyler's presentation on Friday, that you can register for a day pass for $15. So we call those single access passes. You'll be sent the link for that day's presentation. So 2 ways to register. And the awesome thing about Raptor Week and all of our virtual birding seminars is that those profits help fund our youth program, Rio Diablo Birding Camp. So really this is we can call it a fundraiser, but it's kind of a fundraiser to help offset some of those costs from Rio Diablo Birding Camp. So it's a great experience for everybody who joins, but it also goes to a great cause.
Yes. Yes.
So a little bit more about registration and logistics, because this is always a question we get. So because it's a virtual event, we distribute the link to all of our participants registered 24 hours prior to the event's start time. Late registrations, if you register in that 24-hour window, a final email is sent at 11:30 on the day prior to the program. So we don't send you the link. Like if you register on July 1st, yay, I'm so excited, but you're not going to get the link and the registration information until 24 hours prior, partly because we will all lose that in our inbox.
Yes, we will.
So we'll send those emails 24 hours prior to each day. You'll get the recording information each evening. And then if you register in that late window, we send that out at 11:30 prior to each day's program. So if you register between 11:30 and noon, you're going to have to watch the recording. I'm sorry. I do my best, but you'll probably have to watch the recording.
Yes. But you will receive, once you register, you will receive a confirmation email saying that you are registered for Raptor Week. But like Emily said, there will just be no link in that email for the actual event, because like she said, we will all lose it, especially if so. When does registration open?
July 1.
So we're fast approaching it. So yeah. July 1, if you register July 1, you won't get the link until a month and a half later on August. I guess it technically would be August 11th.
So, yep. And for all of our Texas Master Naturalists, as soon as we firm up all of the presentation titles, we're waiting on one more. We will get that up in our we will have an advanced training request form for our Texas Master Naturalists to turn into your chapter to see if you can get any credit. So should be hopefully 7 hours of advanced training hours for all of our Master Naturalists. And so we're super excited to share that. That's always one of my favorite. So you click on it, you download it, you print it, you turn it in. I think that's the goal of the paper. I'd have, if any Master Naturalist out there wants to share that that's not quite how it works and it doesn't work perfectly like that, and we can update it or make it easier for you and your chapter, please let us know. But it's supposed to be easy peasy, print and submit.
Yes. So try to make it easier on you.
Yep. Okay. So Liz, as we wrap up our weekly cup chat, which one Raptor Week presentation are you looking forward to most?
I mean, I'm partial to the owl presentations. Like, I just have a soft spot for the owls. They're just too cute. I mean, how can you not love something with big old eyes and just, I don't know. I'm excited.
Ready to rip your eyeballs out.
Yeah, slightly. I mean, and also I'm slightly biased because I did the one presentation I found and I thought it was super cool. So I'm really excited to hear about it. So I think I'm partially biased on it. But okay, now I have to swing it back right at you. Which one are you most excited about?
I think I'm really excited about the unusual raptor plumage presentation. I think that's something that being able to have some education before facing one of those moments would definitely be helpful as a birder. And I have not had to do with an unusually plumaged raptor yet in my world.
Without Brian being there to help you out.
That is true. I don't have to. Sorry, that workout yawn. Yeah, I'm not having to face that. And so getting that education and maybe, hey, this one's going to look unusual and this is why before I actually get to that moment,
Yeah.
I feel like could be helpful in my identification skills.
So I was gonna say, so now I'm curious what everyone that's watching, what y'all are most excited about. So I kind of want y'all to like put in the comments down below which one you're most excited about. If you're excited about all of them, one of them in particular.
I've got it. You ready?
Okay.
No rules on Cup Chat. If you comment with the presentation that you're most excited about for Raptor Week, we will send you a all access pass for Raptor Week.
Ooh, yes. We'll put your name. Yeah.
Yes. No, anyway, you'll be entered into a drawing and we will pick one person who comments which one they're most excited about. We will draw one winner to be able to win a all access pass to Raptor Week.
Yes, we'll give you all to the end of this week.
Yep, Friday.
End of this week. Yep, Friday. And Friday at 5 p.m.
We'll have a winner.
We shut it down and we announce our winner.
Yep. So you did have to hang around to the end of Cup Chat to find that answer. So you know what? If you're in it for Raptor Week All Access Pass, you better watch Cup Chat. So tell your friends.
Ooh. What? Where do people go to register?
Okay, so it is on our homepage and I will not share my screen. So it's on our homepage, wildlife.tamu.edu/birding. And then on our homepage, we have all the different programs we offer and there's a virtual birding seminar. If you click the virtual birding seminar, it takes you to all the info about Raptor Week. And so we've got a few updates to that to finish up this week before July 1, but registration launches July 1 and we are so excited.
Yes.
So I can't tell you how excited we are about that. So it's going to be great fun.
Yes. No, and I think we've covered it. We've covered when it is, where it is. It's wherever you're tuning in from. We
suggest an air-conditioned location.
But we will not judge if you want to sit outside in the Texas heat and watch it by all means. Maybe just a smidge.
I'm going to be inside. Don't worry. When it is, how to register, how we're going to be sending out the links. We've covered all 5 days of presentations plus the bonus sessions. It's going to be super fun. And
as always, if you have any questions, our contact info is
agrilife.birding@gmail.com.
Yes, we'll be more than happy to answer those questions for you.
Yep. Well, everybody have a wonderful Wednesday. It is 8:06 and
yes,
we have got to run off to another meeting.
Yes, we do.
So we do. Guys, have a great day. Happy Wednesday, and we will see you all back next week.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.